Welcome to the Bodhi Academy. My name is Shrutika and today let us continue with the second part of our chapter, Digestion and Absorption. So in our previous part what we have covered is what is the process of digestion and how and where the digestion happens in our body. That we have covered the digestive system and various parts and functions of the digestive system. So today let us learn about the digestive glands, as in how the process of digestion happens. We have seen the system for digestion. Now we will see the process, as in the glands uh, uh, which are helping in the process of digestion. So first gland which is helping in the process of digestion is the salivary gland. Then there is liver and pancreas. So we will learn about each of the gland and its function in detail now. So these are the digestive glands. So first gland is the salivary gland. So salivary gland is in the oral cavity. So this gland is present in the oral cavity, that is in our mouth. In human beings, salivary glands are three pairs: parotid, sublingual, and submedullary. So these are the three salivary glands which are present in the oral cavity. So salivary glands secrete saliva. That is, saliva consists of the salivary amylase enzyme, which helps in breakdown of the complex food material into simpler form in our mouth. So these are the salivary glands in the function of the salivary glands. Second is the liver. So liver is the largest gland in the human body that lies in the upper right side of the abdominal cavity, just below the diaphragm. So hepatic globules covered by the glycones as capsules and structural and functional unit of livers made up of hepatic cells. This secretion is stored and concentrated in the gallbladder. So the secretions of the liver are stored in the gallbladder. So the liver secretes enzyme called as the liver will secrete juice called as the bile juice. This bile juice will help in breakdown and emulsification of the fats in our food. So this is the function and the structure of the liver. That is the second digestive gland. The third digestive gland is the pancreas. So it is a soft lobulated greenish pink gland which weighs about 60 grams, consists of exocrine and endocrine portion. The exocrine portion secretes alkaline pancreatic juice, and the endocrine secretes the hormone insulin and glycogen. So these are the enzymes which are secreted by the gland pancreas. So this pancreas will help in the digestion of the emulsified fats and also in digestion of protein. So these are the three main glands in the human digestive system, that is salivary gland, liver and pancreas. Now let us see how the digestion of food happens through these glands. So carbohydrate, fats, proteins and nucleic acids occurs in food in the form of large and complex insoluble macromolecules, that is polymers. These macromolecules are converted into smaller monomers by the action of these enzymes. So where these enzymes are produced? These enzymes are produced in the specific glands of the digestive system, which we have seen just now. So these glands will produce the enzyme, and those enzymes will help in the digestion of these carbohydrate, fats, proteins and nucleic acids present in our food. So this is how the process of digestion happens in our digestion of the food happens in our body. So first let us see how salivary amylase or salivary glands works on food. That is, in the buccal cavity as in our mouth, there are teeth and tongue which helps in mastication and mixing of the food. So mucus in the saliva mix with the food to form bolus. This chemically digestion of food starts in the oral cavity by the action of enzyme salivary amylase and lysosome. So lysosomes acts as antibacterial agents in the mouth to prevent infection, and salivary amylase break down the starch into maltose. So the complex carbohydrate which is present in the form of starch is broken down into maltose by the salivary amylase produced by the salivary glands. So then the stomach. So mucosa of the stomach have gastric glands having three types of cells, that is mucous neck cells that secretes mucus, peptic or chief cells that secretes proenzyme pepsinogen, and partial or oxygenatic cells that secrete HCl. So food mixed with gastric juices to churning action of the muscular wall to form chyme. HCl activates the pepsinogen to pepsin to digest proteins into peptones and proteoses. So this is how the stomach secretes three main gastric juices, that is mucus, HCl and pepsinogen. So this mucus will help in protecting the inner lining of the stomach from the acid. The acid will give a proper acidic medium for the enzyme to release pepsin so that the proteins are digested from the food. So this is how the enzymes secreted by different organs help in the digestion of the food in the stomach. Then comes the bile, pancreatic juice, and the intestinal juices are released in the small intestine. Pancreatic juices contains inactive trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxyl peptidase, amylase, lipase, and nucleases. So these are the enzymes which are secreted by the into the small intestine by the pancreatic juice. Then trypsinogen is activated by the enzyme enterokinase into trypsin, which further activates the other enzymes of the intestinal juices. So here bile contains bile pigment. So bile helps in emulsification of the fats. Secretion of brush border cells of mucosa and globate cell contains enzyme succus entericus containing variety of enzymes to complete the process of digestion. So here the three main glands, that is the pancreatic gland, then the liver will secrete bile, pancreas will secrete pancreatic juices, and intestine will secrete intestinal juices, which will act upon the food into the small intestine, and then the enzymes will be released by the organs, which will help in the digestion of the nutrients which are present in the food that we eat. So after this, then the food which is the nutrients which are the food which is digested, the nutrients which are released from the food will be taken in by the villi, and then after that it will be absorbed by the blood, and then through the blood it will be transported to the various organs of our body for the proper functioning of our body. So now let us see what are the disorders of digestive system, as in what are the disorders, as in what can happen if our digestive system is not proper. So the inflammation of intestinal tract due to bacterial infection, fungal infection, and pancreatic infection caused by the tapeworm, roundworm, threadworm, or pinworms. So there are some parasites which are present in our intestine, in our gut, which will cause these disorders. So the first type of disorder is jaundice. It is a disease of liver. In jaundice, the skin and the eye turns yellow due to large quantities of bilirubin pigment in the extracellular fluid. So the first disease which will be caused due to indigestion is the jaundice. Then the second disease is vomiting. So it is the ejection of the stomach content through the mouth. So the stomach will not accept the food, it will come out through our mouth, through the esophagus, the food that we eat. So this reflex action is controlled by the vomit center in the medulla. Then the third one is diarrhea. Frequent defecation of liquid fecus is known as diarrhea. It reduces the absorption of food. So here what happens is frequent motion starts in the human beings, and this condition is called as diarrhea. Then constipation. In constipation, the fecus are retained within the rectum as the bowel movement occurs irregular. So here what happens is there is problem in throwing out the fecal material in the body. Then fifth is indigestion. Incomplete digestion usually accompanied by one or more of the following symptoms, that is pain, nausea, vomiting, heartburn, acid regulation, and accumulation of gas and escape of gas from the stomach. So this condition is called as indigestion. So these are some disorders which are related to the digestive system, as in if our digestive system is not proper, that is if the process of digestion is not occurring in a proper way, then we can face such kind of disorders. So in our today's class what we have learned is which are the major digestive glands, their function. Then we have seen how the digestion of food happens through these glands or through these enzymes, and also we have seen which are the disorders which are related to the digestive system. So thank you for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the Bodhi Academy.